Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope all of you are doing well. I have been busy. I have been very busy. Um, so last time we finished the Fixmas factory, and we also finished the alien power augmenter over there, like right behind this tower. But after that, I was planning on doing the turbo motor factory and then the weapons factory. But then I realized, why not just make the weapons factory? I mean, it won't take much time, and I started building it. Oh man, I have spent more than like 2 weekends building this. I mainly play this game during weekends because that's the time I get, and I did not think it would take me so long. But I'm really happy how it turned out. I wanted to mimic real life defense structure, meaning like real life weapons factory and sort of like a military base. And I really wanted to incorporate all the characteristics of the specified building. So it took me quite a while to do all of that. I wanted this to be sort of like a solid structure, like an imposing structure. At the same time, all the real life defensive structures or buildings are usually like inconspicuous. Like it doesn't stand out too much because that's how it needs to be, but it'll usually be like very sturdy and of very firm construction. So I wanted to follow that principle of making a building which is like not very beautiful to look at, like it should not stand out in terms of everything else, because if we see that specific building doesn't, I mean, yes, it is huge because of course I don't have any other huge buildings, but in terms of how beautiful it is, I don't think it's more beautiful than this Fixmas factory. So in that sense, it is perfect. So I wanted to make it inconspicuous, look really imposing structure, but at the same time of extremely sturdy construction, like a solid metal block or a concrete block, something like that. So it's really looking good. And at the same time, I wanted to make this, I wanted to use this like ravine or like this, what do you call this? A ravine, basically. Yeah, this canyon. I wanted to use this terrain in order to make my structure. So, and I wanted belts to go across these. It'll look really nice, and the pipe. And I also wanted to make sure I could use the moth that's constantly flying over there. That specific moth. So that moth actually goes all the way around, and it goes in between these. So it goes perfectly in between over here, between these two parts, and it's perfect, and it'll look awesome. It actually looks really nice. I planned it in the at the middle, like I did not exactly plan it right at the start of building and this entire thing, but when I was building, I saw the moth flying through here, and I thought, oh my god, it's so perfect. Let's just take a look at this. It looks beautiful. It makes a perfect turn, and then it just goes around. So, by the way, you can pet this, you know. Yeah, I have disabled the HUD right now, but yeah, you can actually pet the moth if you, and it's actually solid. You don't really fall through it. You can actually stand on it. You can pet it. Look at that. It perfectly goes through that. It doesn't clip too much. It clips just a little bit, but that's totally fine. But it flies perfectly in between everything. And it also doesn't fly right on top of the road. It actually flies on top of these. So it isn't even obstructing the oncoming traffic and such. So that's perfect. And then yeah, so I basically made like these two separate parts. So this is the first part, this part, and then that is the second part. So that part, all the way on the other side of the cliff, is actually where all the weapons things are getting manufactured. So once they get manufactured, they get brought over here for storage, and also the final set of manufacturing takes place over here. So that's all like the raw resource manufacturing. This is all the main things getting manufactured, the entire weapons thing. And when I say weapons, so actually, so for weapons, I'm doing rebar stuff. So all the rebar stuff. Then there is all the ammo stuff. So all the ammo things, I'm making them. And then the final bits of things is Noblesque. So all the Noblesque stuff, I'm making those. The only thing that I have not unlocked yet is nukes, because I do need to dabble with uranium to unlock nukes. So I haven't done that, but I have basically I cheated a little bit. I went online and checked the recipe for nukes, and I have set up a process so that I have all the raw resources being sent to the manufacturer in this main building over here. So all I need to do is, once I unlock the recipe, all I need to do is set a manufacturer to that recipe, and I'll start making nukes. Of course, I do need to bring in the uranium recipe, uranium item for it. I have some space over here in the other building to manufacture the other uranium part. So it's perfectly set. I have nothing to worry about, and I really like how it looks like through this canyon. Belts are flowing, things are flowing. Etc. So it's really nice. I also gave like a little bit of rebanding to my entire base. There were a couple of item bridges which I really did not like. There is one more item bridge over here which I don't like. It's but there was another one which was like going to roof, basically to the sky, and then traveling all the way across the world. It looked really bad, so I just removed it, and it took me so long just to relocate everything. But I think it's worth it. It's looking really good. Now let's finally make our way to the weapons base. So as soon as we come here, as you can see, there are two parts at the same, like this entire weapons thing, as I mentioned before, it has to be inconspicuous. Like I made sure it's mimicking an actual military base. Like actually military bases are extremely inconspicuous, like extremely boring to look at, but at the same time, they are extremely of sturdy construction, and they can withstand like sometimes even nukes. That's how it is, like some of military bases. So I really wanted to mimic that, and also it's extremely well fortified, but you won't notice it. Like it is fortified, like there are people watching you and all of that. So I wanted to mimic that. So as we can see here, so there is one entrance over here, another entrance over here. There are no parking spaces of any kind, so it's only drop off. So you come here, you get dropped off from a military vehicle. So usually how it is, like the people who are working in these bases have a dedicated facility where they stay at, and there are like transportation dedicated for those people, and it comes here. It's like a military vehicle, armored vehicle. It comes and drops them off. There is no space for like parking. There's no personal parking of any kind. So it just drops the personal off and they go in. As simple as that. It's the same over here. And there are some warning signs: authorized personnel only, warning, your actions are being monitored, just to make sure people are aware, right? Like there are no silly people who are just trying to wander into some stuff, or any such cases. Now, as soon as they come here, I wanted to make this one. So that is the first place where you are being monitored. It's like a garrison, enough to withstand like explosives and such. So I have created a space over here, which is perfect. So yeah, so you come through here. As soon as you come in, so you have like these ladders, which basically takes you to the first garrison. To the left hand side, it's all the rebar stuff. All the rebar stuff is being stored over here. Everything is being manufactured, which is perfect. And then to the right, it's ammo. I even made the portable miner. I don't know. I thought it's it made sense to just put it with the ammo stuff, like the miners. This also looks like some sort of like alien tech or something, which can. And also, I think this is one of the most important things for any person who is starting out, right? So this basically ensures all of that. So yeah, I just put it over here. I had not automated the portable miner, so it just made sense to make it. Now I can make as many of these miners, Mark III miners as needed, because I have those stored. And then there's rest of the ammo. I was constantly handcrafting the rifle ammo wherever I wanted to kill the animals. But now I have everything. I have everything automated. Perfect. And then finally over here, it's the Nobilis. So I have Pulse Nobilis being made. Oh, it's completely full. Then the Nobilis, Cluster Nobilis, and then Gas Nobilis. This one, you do need to hand feed biomass. You cannot automate biomass, but I have a specific place where I'm able to feed these, so it's perfect. I can feed it from my main base basically. So, and you don't need too much. As you can see, it's already half filled, so perfect. And then here is a nuke. It's 0 because nothing is being brought in. But yeah, And then over here, I wanted to, I still need to do a little bit of decoration and cleaning up stuff over here. I do need to put in some lights and stuff, but apart from that, everything is fine. This will be some sort of like monitoring area, which I'll put in. But at top is where it's actually being monitored. So from down over there, I wanted to make sure that the ongoing people cannot really look well. That's the reason I chose this concrete and concrete bricks. Basically, this sort of feeling, you cannot see anything from down there. In fact, I'll go out and show you guys. But you literally cannot see anything from there. But from up here, you can clearly see everything that's going on down there. So this is perfect. Along with that, I have used these barriers in case of some emergency stuff. So, and then there is the personal space, basically. So there are like personal boxes for people who are staying here, who are monitoring. They do need some personal storage area. Then there are medical boxes. Then there are hazard boxes for storing ammo, guns. In case of emergency, they have everything along with an alarm. So this is not connected to anything. Unfortunately, there is no like speakers and stuff in this game, but of course you can get it through mods, I think. But in vanilla game, there are no speakers and stuff. So I just had to put something like this, call it alarm. So in case something goes wrong, people can, so the army personnel will just come here, trigger the alarm, then everyone goes into emergency mode. The same is over here. So you can come here. Of course, there's no personal storage or anything of that kind over here, but it is still being monitored from here. And over here again, it's just empty space. I will do some monitoring over here, but yeah. So this is what I mentioned. Like from down here, you cannot see anything. It as if feels like a empty box inside there. At the same time, had I put this metallic material behind there, I could clearly see what's going on inside there. That's the reason I made it concrete. Concrete sort of feels as if it blends in really well, and you cannot see what's going on. So as soon as anyone's traveling on their vehicle, this looks nothing. Like this is just inconspicuous, like just a small opening, nothing's going on. Perfect. Now this one actually takes you through. So over here, all you can get to is like the storage area, which is the most important piece of this entire thing. Basically, the storage of all ammo, weapons is the most important thing in a military base. So that's over here. There's only like there are two entrances, heavily guarded, everything, etc. Similarly, this one takes you to the final manufacturing setup where everything is automated. So you don't really need too many personnel. So it's only a couple of people who will be going in here who are actually dedicated working there. But even this, I wanted to make sure like this is heavily guarded and everything. So as soon as you come here, you can see there are some there is an authorized personnel only where people can actually go in. And if you come in here, there are some again there is an alarm so that they can trigger. Then there is this, and then there's a monitoring area over here, and this specifically goes in. So it's over there. So there are actually personnel actually monitoring whoever is entering this area. You're constantly being monitored along with defensive barriers. In case something goes wrong, they'll immediately go down there, trip the alarm. So it's perfect. And then there are two pathways over here, one for going up, one for coming down. So that is also perfect. And this is basically like a box. So as from outside, it's a very small opening, but as soon as you go in, it becomes a lot bigger. So that's the sort of idea that I wanted. Even over there, initially to go in, it's very small, but once you go in, the area becomes so huge. That's the sort of feeling I wanted to get. Now over here, as you go up top, again over here, a small opening again, but as soon as you come here, there are two openings over here. And once you come through the main thing, only the dedicated personnel can come in. And then this is the final manufacturing area. So none of the raw resources are being manufactured. It's only the final resource, like stun rebar, shatter rebar, explosive rebar, iron rebar. Yeah, it's only just the final resources. Everything else is coming in through the other factory. So which is perfect. And now over here, there are actual military people monitoring everything that's going on, so that people are not stealing from here, smuggling anything, nothing like that. So very similar to actual military base. I really wanted to mimic that, and I had so much fun doing this. it's awesome. And also there are more monitoring spaces over here. I'll be putting some more like monitoring stuff. I really want to put like bunk beds and stuff, like beds for personal working here, but unfortunately it's very difficult. You have to use a lot of beams and stuff in order to make that possible. So yeah, that's empty right now. But over here again there is a little bit of personal space, and then there's an alarm, and then there's a ladder going up, which comes here again to monitor people with some defensive barriers. If anything goes wrong, people can duck in, immediately come here, jump down, trigger the alarm. So as easy as that, which is perfect. Similarly, if I go up top, it's very similar. I mean, it's the exact same thing in every single floor. So you come here. Here there are lots of refineries, blenders and stuff, which is making ammo. So, and to the left and right, it's the exact same thing. There's nothing new going on in the rest of the floors. It's the exact same stuff. But the only thing is for nukes, I have put in some... so the nuke is over here. It's all the way up top. This is the... this is set to empty. This is sort of like a center thing. As I can see here, 10 encased uranium cells need to go in there for this to work. Everything else is already being brought in, so all it needs is 10 encased uranium cells and it'll start working. And yeah, this is all where nobelisks are happening. So pretty nice. I'm really liking this. Apart from that, there is something else. So this, I put in a walkway over here. And in fact, there are two walkways. One right over there, one right over here. And these are the only two walkways which basically connects this building to this. And the personnel entering this are the only people that can enter over there. There is no other entrance to this place at all. This place is completely bricked up, locked up, is under surveillance always. And the only way people can enter that is through here. Since everything is automated, people will not need to work anything over there. Only in case of emergency, they need to work over there. So that's the reason there are only like two walkways. People don't usually take that. That's the idea at least. So that is that. And here I was fine with putting these glass things so that, and also it's only the side view. So people like, first of all, there are no roads or anything. So people are not watching there. But at the same time, I wanted to give some sort of like a view for in case if any people want to just relax or something, they can just come here, take a look at the view and etc. So little bit of relaxation available, but usually military bases won't have that. So I was fine not putting too much of that. Apart from that, this place, oh yes, this is another thing that I really wanted. I didn't want to exactly mimic this thing. So basically I wanted both of these buildings to be complementary to each other so that it's like a claw. Like these two, it's like a Lego brick. Like this one, if it just falls on top of this, it's perfectly in line with it. But at the same time, I did not want to exactly copy that on the other side. So for that reason, I just cut it in half. And then for the right side part of this over here, I made it sort of like a cantilever beam. So it's like on the left side, all of these are being held up by these and it's connected to the ground. But the right side, it's all being held up by pillars. So that's looking really nice. And also this is the part where it's getting all the inputs and stuff. By the way, this is the item bridge that I had to work on. It was basically somewhere over there at a very high altitude. I had to move it over here and it took me so long to just transfer everything on from that belt to here. Basically, there are like 8 or 9 belts over here and I had to move everything. So it took me a long time. Anyway. So yeah, so this is the other part. So basically it's like a brick, right? like it's actually, hey moth. So yeah, so that is looking good. Now if I come here, there is literally no entrance. People just walk, drive by. There is nothing. You can't enter, nothing. The only way to enter is through that secured entrance, and the only way to enter this side of the building is through here. Now, this, so first let's go to the bottommost floor. There is a ladder over here if you want to go to bottommost floor. This is very simple. It's only smelters. All it's making is iron, around 360 iron ingots per minute. So that's all it's making. But from here is where the true spaghetti begins. Oh my god. I have no idea what's happening over here now. Initially when I started, I saw the recipes. I thought, this is fine. This is simple enough for the weapons factory. As I started building it, my god. It became so complex. it became so spaghetti everywhere. By the way, every single one of these is like perfectly balanced, right? um, yeah, it's at 0% because it's basically not working. Yeah, it's at 100%. So every single one of these is oh, every single one of these is like perfectly balanced. I really wanted to make sure of that. And I'm getting really good throughput through everything. So this is perfect. But yeah, this is a huge spaghetti mess, but it's fine. It's fine. And the other entrance is all the way up here, and this goes into this floor. This floor is fine. I did want to leave some empty spaces for nukes, the encased uranium cells. But down here, again, this is, you can come down here through this ladder. There is a little bit more space. It's not that big of a spaghetti at all. Again, I wanted the space because I don't know if I need a refinery or something to make encased uranium cells. So I just left this part. In case I need to make a refinery, I'll just tear it down and make a refinery over there. So that's the idea. So that is good. This is good. And this is really looking nice. So let me just change the lighting a little bit. I was messing around with lighting to see how it looks during different parts of the day and night. I wanted to try and put some lights alongside here, but which military base has that? Like, I wanted to try and see if I needed like this is dark now because the sun is on the other side. I wanted to put some lights over here in the middle of these, but there is no military base which does that, which basically gives inputs like, hey, there is something of importance over here. Like that doesn't happen. So yeah, pretty nice. The way it looks, the way it feels, I'm really liking it. So yeah, finally I was able to complete it. I did not think it would take me so long to make this. I was really hoping I could finish this quickly so that I can start with the turbo motor factory. But unfortunately, this itself took me a very, very long time, more than 2 weekends, basically. So I won't be able to make a turbo factory just yet. I am going on a 2 week vacation. I have had a very long year, so I do need to relax a little bit. So I am taking a 2 week vacation. So there might not be any videos next week. Sorry about that, but I do need this vacation. But I really enjoyed this, making this sort of like a factory. This is not just a factory. This sort of feels like more than a factory because I wanted to mimic the real life structure. So I had a lot of fun actually mimicking a real life military base or a bunker where all the military supplies are stored while actually being a functional factory. This is perfectly functional. Everything is working. There are belts flowing everywhere. Especially if you go inside it, it looks really hectic. But if all you do is go into the storage area, it looks extremely simple. It's one of the most simplest things. It just has everything, so which is perfect. And for the gas nobles, which I mentioned, I do have some. I do modified some things in the starter base. This is not exactly starter base, but near my hub. So basically over here, I have this for gas nobles. So all I need to do is put some leaves or wood. You can put anything. You can just put everything. Come here and just put anything that you want in here. And that's perfectly, it goes all the way to my base and it manufactures the gas nobles. I also have this trash icon. I can put anything that I want inside there and it'll just go into an awesome sink. So yeah, those are some of the upgrades I did and I'm really liking it. I'm using that quite a lot actually. The trash thing specifically, I am using that quite a bit. But yeah, this looks awesome. I'm really hoping I will be able to make some other structures to actually go along with it, because only this building cannot be the most like biggest thing in my base. It can't be. Then it will it won't look as promiscuous as I thought. But I think it will be fine. I will be making a space elevator factory right across that canyon over there. So I'm pretty sure that will be bigger than this. So I have no issues about this. So yeah, so my next factory will be the turbo motor factory, but of course that won't be as huge as this. It will be next to somewhere over here. So that'll be fine. And after that, I'll be starting with the space elevator factory, which I'm really looking forward to. At the same time, I'm terrified of making it. But yeah, but that will be a lot of fun. But with that, this is awesome. This has been been an awesome journey actually, just to make this. I in fact read up a lot of articles and such and it was a lot of fun. Me reading through articles in order to make a base for that was pretty fun. To go through all the defensive structures, bunkers, and everything. So yeah, this was pretty fun. I really like how all of this looks. Hope all of you like it. With that, I'll be ending this video. With that, thank you everyone. See you guys in my next video. Bye.